Every day is exactly the same. I stop by the ranch and craft some gigaspheres. Stop by the ranch and craft some gigaspheres. I stop by the ranch and build a base. Never mind then. Craft some gigaspheres. And stop by the ranch. A lucky dire howl breaks up the monotony, better than the lucky pals I normally find. It's usually just a bedazzled chicken. Holy crap. Thought that I killed him for a sec there. Sweet. Runner on a mount that I'll never use. Really lucky. Look at this stuff. There is the wheat. I do not know why I added this scene. Wouldn't you think I'm the girl? Well, I'm not, and I really have no idea why this scene is here. I finally decide to do the first tower boss now that I'm over level for it. Though I still tag along with this guy in Victoria to protect me. It's a pretty trivial fight, especially with the extra manpower. And I'm shooting the wrong guy. We make quick work of Zoe and Grisbolt. And after a few minutes, we have our first tower boss elimination. I continue to upgrade our base, getting in as many base levels and upgrades as I can before we inevitably get wiped again. I upgrade to Pokemon with gun status, and continue adding supplies to our secret stash. Where did I park this thing? B2? No. D2... Oh yeah, A4. That was close. Digtoys is refusing to eat because he's pissed off at me that he's always hungry. System sends out a reminder to report any suspicious activity in chat. I constantly find myself stuck holding my balls. Should I report this? I avoid going out in public for fear that this situation will happen in front of others. Like, how would I explain this? I swear I'm not trying to hold my balls in your face. I got stuck this way. Then they'll ask how I got that way in the first place. And there's no good explanation for that. I come home and find Digtoys has given up on his hunger strike and is now going back for seconds, thirds, and probably even fourths to compensate for the food he missed out on. With my handgun, I'm now strong enough to take on pals in higher level zones. The XP gained is slow and costly though, so I get the hell out of there pretty fast. I find myself returning to our old home. It may be small and pretty crappy honestly, but this is the only base that I have built on this server that actually felt like a home. The more prepared I get for shitstorms, the more I miss some of the comfort a home base has to offer. It's funny how little has changed since we were here last. The food and ingots are still waiting to be picked up. All the facilities are still here. The worst feeling in any game has to be being over-encumbered but close to a teleporter. You know it would be faster to just drop your stuff and then head back, but at the same time you're so close you may as well just travel at the speed of snail all the way there. There's a reason I carry 3 Lunaris on me at all times. I bring electricity to our base. Elsewhere, Kira is struggling finding enjoyment in the game after obtaining more stat points than I can count on even both hands. While I am playing this server for a challenge, I have become invested in the community as well. there are some great people on 0069, Kira being one of them. The community has become a big factor in what I have enjoyed in this playthrough so far. And I can understand why people would go through all the shit that official servers have to offer currently. Reminds me a little of the old days of online gaming, when seeing a familiar face log in was the highlight of that gaming session, since communicating out of game was uncommon. What is going on here? I'm trying to talk about how this game can be fun despite all this crap, and that's kinda hard to do if you're doing this in the middle of it. Way to ruin it. Let's start over. I think official servers still have a lot to offer. There are definitely some issues, but I believe... Nope, I take it back. This is ass. Even Arsox is tired of this crap. This is actually pretty entertaining. Okay. Maybe official servers are ass, but it's the kind of ass that you pretend not to like, but secretly really enjoy. That... I think commonly wife is gonna have some questions about that one. I think he's done. Nope, still going. I need ammo. Lots of ammo. Oh. Hello there. Just gonna pretend like you're not staring at me. After waiting 5 episodes to kill one boss, I figured we could tackle 2 bosses in the same episode. We're ready for this. Let's go. Did you just shoot the ground? Alright, fire dash. The hell was that? Not supposed to run backwards. And that's still the ground. The hell did the ground ever do to you? We weren't ready. I sleep off the broken bones and broken pride. Wondering how dig toys can be both hungry and overfull at the same time. I make another attempt at Lylene. Letting my pals do their own thing for a bit. It's easier to dodge when I'm not running backwards. I hop on Vanworm about halfway through the fight. This being the strategy I used in my first playthrough. It's easier to avoid taking damage, but makes the fight much slower. Of course, right at the end, I take a massive hit. And get entangled. With no mobility, my only option is to keep shooting. She was at 350 health and Vanworm was using his fire breath. If I would have lived maybe 2 seconds longer, she would have died from that alone. I have to gather the materials for more bullets. Don't worry, I'll feed my pals, just finishing this ore up. Shit, I'm a bad person. I've gathered most of the ore I want. You can never have enough of that stuff, so it's best to gather it every chance you get. Wait, hold up. It seems that our period of peace has come to an end. A hacker is back on. Their stats do indeed seem messed with. I think that once you hit a certain point, negative weight is still negative weight. Making it that negative is just bragging about your skill with numbers. And most children learn numbers in the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Damn it! No matter. Hacker just got served. Banebo opted to respawn, hoping it would grow their stats by up to 10 times larger. But, just like every time I tried anything with similar claims, they wind up having to shamble their way back to their clothes in shame while being told that negative 603,700 is a perfectly normal stat size. Oh, hell no. The man with no name laughing at them? That's low even for him. Alright, new plan. I don't think you guys are going to like this one. I'm not going to sit around and watch someone get harassed, laughed at, and then asked to beg and be nice to the man with no name. I gather the materials to craft a grappling hook for Banebo. I will need to head further out for more Paldium to craft one for myself. I make Banebo wait a little longer for his relief, but I know I will be targeted for interfering and want to be prepared. Don't say dumb shit. Well, alright then. I'm the poster child for dumb shit, but I'll give smart shit a try. Sorry, Banebo. I don't think I'm gonna make it to you. This may look like I'm giving into anger, because I am. But I also see that he just gave 2 people their stats back, and rather than let him be an ass and torment them or others more, I figured I could at least hold his focus and either entertain or bore him enough to leave. It is a tense dash to the PAL box, knowing I have mere seconds before all these PALs will be gone. Thankfully, the game seems to be on my side for once and doesn't act up much while I wake the PALs and force them into their digital prisons. I am torn between crafting a second grapple gun and saving our PALs at the other base. I settle on trying to get as far from base as possible. He will want to watch me struggle like he did with the others. I would rather that happen away from the base and possibly spare it from destruction. Of course, I probably should have dropped some items to free up my weight. Meanwhile, the 2 he gave stats back to seem very pleased with the additional stats he gave them. One even claims he's just having a little fun. And indeed he is. At the expense of the fun of those he encounters. So much for making it away from base. This is my chance to save the other PALs. Hopefully I can get this done before he teleports in. And he hasn't even destroyed the other base yet. Whoa. Timing on that teleport was insane. Unfortunately, I need him to stick around so we won't go after the desert base. Yes, Alios, we all know that you kissed ass and won't stop bragging about it. I'm not doing that, however. So memory wipe medicine is my best route. I haven't really used the grapple gun before this. I assumed it was a point, shoot, move in a straight line kind of deal like every grapple gun I've ever seen. Gonna take some getting used to moving this way. I don't craft the PAL box because it's only there as a teleport or respawn point and doesn't need to be crafted for either one of those. Kind of assumed all this hacking would crash the server, that's usually the case. It actually works out that I fell through the world. I want to head to the other base. Of course, it is freezing and I left my shirt in my other pants. I'm trying some DDR to warm myself up, but it isn't working. Maybe I should invest more in my music budget. My DDR has become compulsive and I can't get myself to stop, preventing me from interacting with the PAL box. That wasn't an edit, by the way. The game just did that. I try everything I can think of, but with my health getting ever lower, I decide the only option is to log out for a couple minutes. For some reason, I have returned here. For a brief moment, I have hope that my stats are normal. It is very brief and the game makes fun of me for hoping by throwing me into the waters below. Like the film that is based on this underplace, Waterworld, this is not good. Why did I say place? World is in the film title. And I'm back. Gonna give the game a second in case it decides to shit all over me and ask if I like it. Even though it has very positive reviews on Steam, so it knows that I and many others do in fact like it. Hop, skip, PAL box over there. Oh man, I messed up. We can't craft anything. And I put all my pals in the PAL box before I died. I gotta walk all the way back to the teleporter like this. Teleport near a merchant. Buy a PAL just to craft a PAL box to grab more pals. Normally I would have some closing speech or something to end the video on. But I think what you're seeing speaks on my behalf here. Listen with your eye holes on this one, folks. What does this tell you? Or this? If your eyes hear that I'm not giving up, then you should get your eyes checked by a doctor. But you are correct. This shit ain't over yet. I'm commonly rare. And I'm signing off.